Did you get bored by changing TV channels every 5 minutes? Is your partner saying that you are on a break? Are you fed up of checking your inbox but finding no new messages there? Have you texted all of your exes and now regretting your decision? Then Sugar Queens are here to save you from all that drama and take you to mysterious world of top 10 seasons to binge watch on Netflix while you are bored at home. Hello sweetums, I'm your girl Sugar with my sister Rose, and before we start our list, give us a big fat thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe our channel. And did I remind you that all of the seasons are from 2020? So without further ado, here we go.
Number 10, Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Season 3 of Chilling Adventures of Sabrina was released in Jan 2020. In the reimagined origin story, Sabrina Spellman wrestles to reconcile her dual nature, half witch, half mortal, while standing against the evil forces that threaten her family, including aunts Hilda and Zelda. What makes this show and Sabrina's story so deeply engrossing and spellbinding is her own goodness and resistance to evil, and her love for her aunties and her mortal friends, the cunning Rosalind, the phenomenal Susie Theo, and sweet Harvey, of course. Despite being a witch and spawn of Satan, she stays true without the 3 seasons to herself, to the values of love, justice, and generosity. Her aunties raised her while also standing up fearlessly for herself when bullied or facing a challenge, be it the Dark Lord or Lilith. In fact, every protagonist this show has not just a moving backstory but a fierce personality, and this is exactly why I loved it. Its rating is 7.6 on IMDb.
On number 9, we have a season named The Good Place. Eleanor, a deceased saleswoman who lived a morally corrupt life, finds herself in a heaven-like afterlife in a case of mistaken identity and tries to hide her past in order to stay there. I really loved this series. There are so many teachable moments displayed in a way that acknowledges the hardships so many people face that are also presented in a goofy way. Throughout the series, we see each of the characters really grow while also exploring philosophy and gaining unironic advice that can be implemented into real lives. I feel like this show has so many characters that at various points you hate to love and love to hate. It is rated 8.2 on IMDb.
Number 8, Anne with an E. This reimagining of the classic book and film is a coming-of-age story about a young orphan who is seeking love, acceptance, and her place in the world. Amy Beth, at the age of 15, plays an astonishing role of a 13-year-old girl named Anne in the Netflix series Anne with an E. The show currently has 3 seasons with a total of 27 episodes altogether and is based off the Anne of Green Gables book series. Anne is a young 13-year-old orphan with a vibrant imagination that has had a rough childhood throughout her life. One day her life gets changed around when she unexpectedly gets adopted. As the story progresses and Anne grows, she goes through many experiences with more hardships, creating new relationships, learning more about herself, and so much more.
On number 7, we have Legacies. Hope Michelson, the daughter of a werewolf and a vampire, attends a Salvatore school for the young and gifted and learns to use and control her supernatural abilities. I love Legacies. It's a great series. I used to think Vampire Diaries and the originals will end one day eventually, and what I'm going to watch. Which other series have that kind of charismatic adventure and fantasy all in one? I'm really grateful to all crew members who put hard work in bringing this up. I see some people are not pleased. To them, I want to bring a kind message. Legacies star kids, not exactly grown-ups, and it's good picturization of them, finding their way in the world, learning from their mistakes, and eventually they will grow up, following in the footsteps of great personalities. There is a time for everything, and I'm sure everyone's expectation will be met at some point. It is rated 7.5 on IMDb.
Number 6, The Stranger. A web of secrets sends family man Adam Price on a desperate quest to discover the truth about the people closest to him. The Stranger hooked me within minutes. Then over 8 tightly packed episodes, the interlocking relationships and secrets of this unnamed English city were slowly revealed before an explosive climax that for me was as unpredictable as it was horribly tragic. At the end of the day, As the strangers suggest at the end of this Netflix series, there are no winners or losers, just damaged survivors who must pick up their shattered lives and move on. It is rated 7.4 on IMDb.
Next on our list is Unorthodox. You know, something is really special when you think about it a lot afterwards. The acting, cinematography, and costume were nothing short of incredible. Such an eye-opener and breathtaking. The series is loosely based on Deborah Feldman's 2012 autobiography, Unorthodox. It follows a young woman brought up in an ultra-Orthodox community in Brooklyn's Williamsburg district, who strikes out for Berlin, leaving behind an arranged marriage and tight-knit faith community, in part to pursue her goal discovering her path. This series is rated 8.3 on IMDb.
Number 4, Lock and Key. Following their father's murder, 3 siblings move into a house filled with reality-bending keys. Just finished watching the series. In the first 3 episodes, the acting really wasn't that good and wasn't executed that well. As I continued watching, the acting got better and better, and the plot became more complex and interesting. This series is well made. The background in every scenery is rich, vibrant, in keeping with the type of story it's now or never. There were a few scenes where the character choices were really annoying, but the end let me shock. I ended up loving it.
On number 3, we have a controversial series named Messiah. A CIA officer investigates a charismatic figure whose followers believe he can perform miracles. He may be a divine entity or a dangerous con artist. This series is absolutely genius at every level, a great premise which evokes the same division of faith and skepticism that the original Jesus does. Superb script writing that leaves you guessing throughout the series until a satisfying resolution in the last 5 minutes. Great depth of characters and acting where the messianic figure portrays a character that is radical and provocative, but yet closer to the character of the biblical Jesus than we typically see in Bible-based productions. This series is very controversial because of its take on religion, but nonetheless very entertaining to watch. It has 7.7 rating on IMDb.
Number 2, Money Heist. Season 1 of Money Heist was released in November 2017, and since then people have become crazy about it. Part 4 of Money Heist was released on Netflix globally on April 3rd, 2020 and consisted of 8 episodes. The international Netflix phenomena Money Heist was back for its 4th season on Netflix in early 2020 and will almost certainly be back for a 5th season. This season is about a criminal mastermind who goes by The Professor, has a plan to pull off the biggest money heist in recorded history, to print billions of euros in the Royal Mint of Spain. To help him carry out the ambitious plan, he recruits 8 people with certain abilities and who have nothing to lose. It has rating of 8.3 on IMDb.
And finally, on number 1, we have Ozark. This is one of the best written shows I have ever seen. It's on the level of Sopranos and Boardwalk Empire. I have never seen such a show where all of the characters are intriguing in one way or another. Everyone goes through so much adversity in this show that you can witness the character personalities changing throughout the course of each season. It goes from bad to worse to 1 foot out of the grave, and then amazingly well written arcs bring the characters back to a point where they can breathe again. The dialogue is realistic and on point, but the most satisfying element of this show is how much heart and love this gem of a show has. You can care just about every character, which should be hard to do normally considering how evil some of these characters are. There were multiple scenes that are tear-jerkers. It has rating of 8.3 on IMDb.
Give us a thumbs up if you liked spending some time here. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss an update. These are some hand-picked videos you might enjoy. Goodbye, sweetums. See you in the next video.